right, so in actuality, there's really no reason to be too worried about any lack of news today. And it's not that news is completely and totally absent today. We are, for example, we've got a new fan forge going on at We Love Fine. It's not that we didn't receive any news, period, today. And also, as much as, members of the fandom might look at 10/25 as being an important date, being Cascade Day, it's also not at the same time a particularly important date historically, news-wise. It is just frustrating. It would be nice if, given how long it's been since we've received any update, if they could have taken the time either today, or maybe they might decide to do it on 11/11/11, or maybe just some kind of Christmas announcement regarding what is the current status of things like, how much longer are we going to have to wait for the epilogue? How much longer are we going to have to wait for Hiveswap Act 2? Do we have an update schedule on Hiveswap at all? Do we have any information on who's working on Hiveswap at all? It would be nice to just get something like that from someone. You would hope with the number of people who have been pulled in on the project by now, and yes, I do understand that a lot of people unfortunately left the project, but now with Viz backing things and Viz organizing things for Hiveswap, and what Pumpkin working on Friendsim, I know historically Andrew has kind of pulled himself away from the fandom as a whole. He also has other people who have been working with the fandom and helping with the fandom. I would hope that we could just get some news a little bit more frequently. Just something in the way of updates, something to just know that, yeah, that epilogue is on the way, and Hiveswap Act 2 is still in progress. It's still being worked on. It would just be nice to have that kind of information coming. Now, I would also think it would be great, and I know I might be a minority opinion on this. I also think it would be great if, now that more of Homestuck is being worked on by people other than Andrew Hussey, I also think it would be nice for Hussey to be able to take a break, maybe completely divorce himself finally from Homestuck, maybe start working on other creative projects. And it would be cool to, see those projects come to fruition and see other things happening. Maybe, I really hope that Homestuck hasn't burned him out on releasing new content. I hope that part of the reason that Hiveswap got given to What Pumpkin was their own crew, and then Viz Media coming in and taking things, I'm hoping a lot of that has to do with Hussey just wanting more creative freedom again. Because I'd love to see Hussey have more creative freedom again. So, yeah, today is basically a non-day currently as far as any kind of news for Homestuck, and that's kind of disappointing. And who knows, day's not over. We could still get some kind of news from Viz, or, even if it's just, a release date for when the next book is coming out. That would be pretty nice. It would be nice just to hear, yeah, here's some updates on the epilogue, here are some updates on Hiveswap. In the meantime, there are still fan projects out there. Initially, I was kind of a little dismissive of some of the fan projects, but it seems like Homestuck Act Omega is still proceeding, and I'm not at all caught up on it. So please, no spoilers. So that's, you know, initially when I thought, hey, now that we've got all of these people working on Homestuck and the announcement of Homestuck next, and then the teasers about Viz Media, initially I thought we wouldn't have to wait too long to find out what's going on with the epilogue, and so we'd have a full Homestuck complete and finished and done. But, you know, since it is taking so long, since this is turning out to be one hell of a pause, if you can even consider it a pause, given that, you know, the credits have rolled, I think that other fan projects are definitely the place to kind of see good Homestuck content at this point. And projects like Act Omega, I think, are becoming more important now as far as, you know, keeping the fandom going. So, yeah, little disappointed, but not really, because again, I was not particularly expecting huge announcements on Cascade Day. But at the same time, just wishing that there had been just some news in the pipe to talk about. Until we hear something, this has been Divine Erdrick, and I'll see you on the internet.